think we should move it down to 200. I don't like doing it. I just want you to know I don't like it because I know what that might cause if we get in a catastrophic event. State's taking money. They're not going to fund us 100% anymore on FEMA. We're going to be in trouble if that happens. And pray to God it doesn't happen. Hope we don't get a storm this year. But I understand. I hear you. We all of us, like I said before, we got to pay tax. I have to pay it too much. So that's where I am, 200. Anybody?
Put that in the
It's a
form of
motion.
Yeah, motion to 200.
Okay. All right, do I hear a second?
That's the only motion we got on the floor.
That's the only
I'll give you
motion.
a second.
It's the only motion we have on the floor. So you have a second?
I'll give you a second if that's what you want. That's the will of the board.
That's the only motion on the floor. Well, there again, a second
And what would
either.
it be?
It's 250.
It'd be
I know, but what would it?
200 rather. So
Have to make a
you see up
$1
there.
million offset.
Yes. That would be a $1.3 million difference, so that would be a transfer from reserves.
The other two was general.
From reserves to fire and EMS, or to EMS rather. Or a transferring, how much, 3.8?
So you're going to transfer $1 billion, something on top
So
of that.
it'll be right at $5 million that will be transferring from reserves to EMS.
Well, I look at what we've been spending on it. What we've been spending is we're at a lot less than we were. But that's mine.
Okay, so there's a motion and a second on the floor to reduce it down to 200. Is there any further discussion? You guys have any comments?
We only got a $5 million offset.
I don't understand how we're gonna keep robbing and never take a look, get ahead.
I think that'll give us some time by next year. If you look at this penny that's brought up, you look at, I mean, I know it may not work, but we can look at it. And that's, we've raised our sales tax before in Levy County. So I don't know if it'll work or it won't work.
We're at 7%. Is that as high as we can we even do another thing?
Well, yeah.
I'm thinking of 8. I think.
Either 7.5 or 8.
Yeah.
There's got to be, I don't want to say too much out loud about it because like it's been so long ago since we was on that topic. I don't want to say something that misspeak, but I think there has to be an allowance. You know, Matt's much smarter at this than I am, so he brought the numbers out on his head, but I think there has to be a reason for you to be able to levy. I think the state has to approve for you to be able to levy it. It has to be available for you to levy because in certain instances, just because it's there, that don't mean you have to levy the tax, but you have the opportunity to if you ever need to. But I don't know of anything out there in the realm for EMS services or fire services or
I know one
fuel because it fixes the roads.
Yeah, we had a 5-cent fuel tax raised, I think, at one time. But I'm not saying it'll work for what we want, but I'm where I am at 200, and it's not what I like to do. I don't like doing it, but that's where I am.
So is there any further comments, any discussion? Okay. That being said, we will now proceed to vote. All those in favor of reducing the EMS assessment from 250 to 200? Do we have to take a recess? Okay.
Anything that you all do to change at this point, staff over there is going to have to go back in their Excel spreadsheets and put those new figures in and then determine, does that change the millage rate? Does it change the budget amount? And then revisions to those resolutions will have to be made as well.
Shalley, why would that
So-
change the millage rate?
They're trying to balance.
Again,
Yeah.
you have to adopt a
I
balanced
understand that,
budget,
but-
so
Yeah.
I'm not saying it does change, I'm saying they have to go put the numbers into the spreadsheet and determine if it makes a change.
Okay.
Did you want to?
So,
Can we finish this one and then whatever you do for the next two and then
That's
make
fine.
all the changes?
All the changes at once.
The first four?
That's fine. Okay, so,
So how do you proceed if you have a motion and a second on the floor? Do you just continue on?
you want us to vote to approve this, or
Again, you all can, with each item, you can make whatever changes you desire. Same thing with the millage, but when you get to the final item, which is the budget, staff has to go back and plug in all of those revenue sources and determine, has the budget overall changed such that that resolution needs new numbers inserted and a new Exhibit A. So that's why I had warned you at the last meeting, you'll have to be patient with staff, because the statute is very prescriptive about how all of this stuff is adopted.
thank you.
Continue on the motion.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor to adopt a $200 EMS assessment instead of $250. Moved by Commissioner Johnny Myers and second from Commissioner Rock Meeks. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed,
No.
motion passes.